What's up YouTube, Erod212 here with another video. So today I'm going to look at 5 books that I feel that you guys should be speculating on, possibly investing in. These are books that I feel still have some upswing, some potential, and there's a good return on investment if we get them at the right time before everything really goes crazy on them. First book we're going to talk about is Amazing Spider-Man 101. Yes, Morbius is coming, and Jared Leto looks like he's going to kill that role. Extremely excited for that. That book has long gone become a big boy book now, a 4-figure book, even in the lower grades. It's an expensive book, out of the reach of most collectors. But the book that isn't out of reach of most collectors is the second printing to that book. So now, Amazing Spider-Man 101 comes out in 1971. Then Marvel decided to do some reprints in the 90s, and in 1992, they did a reprint to Amazing Spider-Man 101. The difference is silver background, and it's the same thing. They did it with the Silver Sable and a couple of other characters that they reprinted. But you'll see it. It's a silver background as compared to the regular one. This silver shows up a lot of spine ticks, so getting them in high grade is sometimes a task, but these are books that can be found at shows now. At one time, you used to find them for $5 a piece, no longer. But they're still in an affordable range for a key. So let's go through the second book. And this is not my pick. This was a conversation I was having with Universe X Comics from IG, and everybody knows him from YouTube. One of the best speculators in the game. If you do not follow Universe X Comics on Instagram, you are missing out. So, in conversation with him, and we were talking, if you've seen the Eternals movie, you saw that the Black Knight and Blade are going to meet. And I've discussed this before, but the Black Knight and Blade first team up in Captain Britain and MI-13 number 5. First appearance of the Black Knight is in issue number 4. But the other big news that's been floating around, and there's speculation that Captain Britain is also coming to the MCU. So now we're going to get Captain Britain and that whole MI-13. Now remember, MI-13 was created because of the results of the Skrull invasion, for Secret Invasion. And they're created to fight the occult and the dark side of magic and everything else. And the first appearance of MI-13 is not in that series. It's actually in Excalibur number 101. And that's the formation and first appearance of MI-13, where Captain Britain is assigned to them. I think it's a very affordable, low-end spec. It just seems like the tea leaves are pointing towards MI-13. Dracula has something to do with MI-13, also with Blade's sword. And Merlin has part of it, and these are all characters. If you saw Eternals, Merlin was mentioned, and everybody's been talking about possibly Dracula coming along. This is a great entry point, and Secret Invasion is coming. So will MI-13 be a result of what happens with Secret Invasion, a la all of what Marvel's doing now, where things are a result of the blip, you know? Just my thought process, but let me know what you guys think. I think at the price point, this book is a good book to invest in. Again, shout out to my man, Universe X Comics, because he comes up with some of the best spec. I really like that spec a lot. So now, here's book number 3. We've all seen the photos of the character who's going to play Ned Leeds, who plays Ned Leeds in Amazing Spider-Man, and how he dramatically lost weight. He had a whole change of body workout type of thing, and you know, he slimmed down quite a bit. But if you're watching any of the preview clips right now, he's still his old form. So was he used? Is he a part of a future spec with MCU? If you know your history, you'll know Ned Leeds eventually becomes the Hobgoblin. Now, the Sinister Six They only showed 5 characters. I doubt the Hobgoblin is going to be it, but can the Hobgoblin be an end credit scene character? Someone that becomes, goes from being Spider-Man's best friend and possibly a tragedy happening, maybe to Betty Brant, who now, if you watch TikTok, is going to be part of the Daily Bugle. Does she perish or get hurt in some way, which sends Ned Leeds over the edge and he becomes an anti-hero? He becomes the villain that fights Spider-Man as the Hobgoblin. It's an affordable spec and a good book to look at. I don't think that Marvel does any of these moves without a reason, and I don't see why that character would get in that type of shape. I mean, it's fantastic for him, but if it wasn't for a supporting part of the role, you know, for a movie role. But we shall see. That's a pick I like to look at, and that's Amazing Spider-Man number 257. It's the second appearance of the Puma, but main thing is it's the first appearance of Ned Leeds as the Hobgoblin. Pick number 4 is also going to be based on MCU stuff. And here's my thought. If you watched Disney Plus Day and they showed some scenes from the Moon Knight series, you've seen that Oscar Isaacs looks like he's going to be playing Mr. Knight. And that's going to be the series they're going to be drawing some of their creative stuff from. Now, Moon Knight number 1, first appearance of Mr. Knight, has already taken off. And that book has become a good book. But are you aware that there's a second and a third printing? Now, the third printing has a green border to it. That's the book I'm talking about, because that's the first appearance of Mr. Knight. And I believe that that book has a print run under 1,500. If I'm wrong, somebody could correct me, but I don't think the information was on Comic-Con. At that point, they only listed up to books with 1,500 or more for that series. This book has under 1,500. It's a good book to pick up. It's not super expensive, but it's not super cheap either. It's a good spec book. If the print run is low on that, you know, at one time, the second, third, fourth prints meant nothing. Now they've become big collecting points for people because everybody wants the book with the lowest print. So that's my 4th pick. And now let me show you my 5th pick. My 5th pick is going to be this. So we've heard all throughout that Vincent D'Onofrio is going to be making a cameo in the Hawkeye series. D'Onofrio has ties to Echo, which we just saw. If you're watching the series, if I've spoiled something, I apologize for that. But we get to see Maya Lopez. And Kingpin plays a pivotal role in her creation and her just her existence in the MCU with Daredevil. Now, although the Kingpin is a Spider-Man villain, he really is known through most of the comic community as Daredevil's antagonist. Big time antagonist for Daredevil. And the first time that he appears in a Daredevil book is Daredevil number 170. Now, I think that that's the route the MCU is going. They're getting Charlie Cox. If they get D'Onofrio back, you're going to get a Daredevil and Kingpin clashing against each other. Echo plays a big role in that also. All of that ties in. I think being that the first appearance of the Kingpin is so through the roof, you're never going to be able to afford that book unless you're willing to drop some big money. Next best thing right here, besides Kingpin, besides ASM 51, is Daredevil 170. Has ties to the series, and it shows the first time that Kingpin and Daredevil encounter each other in the Daredevil magazine. So those are my specs. Those are 5 books that I've invested in. I think you guys might want to invest in, but let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you like this video, and if you like this type of video with investment and stuff like that, you might want to take a look at this video right over here when we show some DCU investment picks. Until my next video, peace.